the path to eternal harmony. Dear seeker, embrace this transformative power with open heart and unwavering spirit, for in every conscious breath lies the possibility of profound renewal. Imagine each mindful inhalation as a spark drawn from the eternal flame of cosmic creation, a precious ember that stokes the very furnace of your soul. As you exhale, release not merely air, but the accumulated weight of your worries, letting your breath carry away the shadows that cloud your vision. This is no ordinary act. It is a daily meditation, a sacred journey inward where you meet the timeless wisdom of your body, etched in scales of memory and fire. Each morning, as the first light of dawn caresses the horizon, you have an opportunity to forge an unbreakable bond with the elemental force that defines you, the flame that burns within. In the quiet solitude of your practice, you attune yourself to a rhythmic cadence that has echoed through millennia. Whether your heart trembles with anticipation or beats steadily in quiet repose, know that the steady, rhythmic pulse of your breath is your guide, a luminous beacon leading you along a path paved with resilience, creativity, and the radiant light of self-discovery. In this sacred practice, the realms of science and myth converge as one. Modern studies in neuroscience and polyvagal theory affirm what the ancient seers and mystics have intuited for ages. Conscious breathing taps into the very core of your being, coaxing the parasympathetic nervous system into a state of tranquil balance. It is the spark that transforms turmoil into triumph, and the hidden current that releases the unyielding force of your spirit to illuminate the darkest nights. Like a dragon soaring above storm-tossed seas, every breath lifts you higher, freeing you from the chains of fear and doubt. This transformative practice is not a mere mechanism for survival. It is a profound alchemy, a gentle revolution that turns anxiety into clarity, stress into fortified strength, and despair into a canvas for hope. As you continue this ritual, you awaken an inner power that, like the ancient dragons of lore, has the ability to reshape the very fabric of your destiny. Think of your breath as a soulful incantation, each mindful cycle a verse in the epic poem of your life, written in the language of fire and flight. May your journey through the art of subduing the chaotic roar of the world and tuning into your inner lullaby be ever blessed. Let the eternal, whispering echoes of 1,000 dragons be your constant companions, guiding you along a luminous path of renewal. And when the night grows deep and the stars hide behind veils of darkness, remember that the sacred rhythm of your breath glows like a steadfast lighthouse, illuminating your way toward an existence that is not only survived but gloriously lived. So, dear seeker, let this path to eternal harmony be your sanctuary, a realm where myth and modernity dance in unison, where every breath you take is a step toward transcendent self-discovery, and where the fire of your inner dragon burns ever brighter, casting light on all the mysteries yet to be revealed. EI. Shadow work. Channeling worm rage constructivilia. The nature of the inner shadow, weaven, the most resplendent fire casts long shadows, and within every mortal, and indeed, within every mighty dragon lurks a darker, more turbulent essence. This is the inner worm's rage, raw, untamed, and often misunderstood. While many tremble at the sight of this flickering darkness, it is essential to recognize it as a wellspring of potent energy, a call to action, and a summons to change when it is met with wisdom and compassion. The duality of light and shade, just as a glorious flame illuminates the night, it also produces an inescapable shadow that contours the brighter parts of its brilliance. Your inner shadow is much like that darkness. It is not simply a lack of light, but an integral, dynamic counterweight to your inner radiance. In every joyful moment, there lies the potential for sorrow. In every peaceful breath, there exists a stirring of hidden anger or unhealed pain. This balance, though often unsettling, is the natural order of being, a duality that has been acknowledged in myths, philosophies, and across human cultures since time immemorial. The hidden repository of emotions within, This inner shadow reside those repressed emotions and unhealed wounds, anger that has never found a proper outlet, sorrow bottled up beneath the surface, jealousy nurtured in silence, and pain that has been left to simmer. These emotions, when ignored or shunned, can become wild, chaotic forces that disrupt our lives like an uninvited tempest. Yet, as the eminent psychologist Carl Jung wisely taught, the shadow is not a flaw to be eradicated. Instead, it is an integral part of our psyche that holds secrets, insights, and transformative potential waiting to be unearthed. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Carl Jung's dragon's perspective on Shadowy, Zoran the dragon, have borne witness to many who, in their haste to chase the light, have attempted to banish the darkness within. I have seen warriors whose unacknowledged fury erupted like wild, uncontrolled infernos scorching everything in its path, because they refused to listen to the vital messages hidden in their own shadows. In contrast, those mortals who have dared to meet their dark side, to acknowledge and even embrace the fierce inner cry, have found that this very energy harbors the potential to be transmuted into power, creativity, and resilience. A dragon who denies its heat becomes a withered husk, but one who learns to dance within the fire finds the strength to forge scales tougher than any mythic armor. Zoran the dragon, the alchemy of the inner shadow, transforming the energy of the shadow, is an art, a process of emotional alchemy. It begins by recognizing that the sensations and impulses of anger, grief, jealousy, and pain are not demons to be exorcised, but clues pointing to deeper truths about one's inner world. When these feelings are observed with mindfulness and compassion, they can be transmuted into catalysts for growth. By engaging with the shadow, you cultivate self-awareness and unlock hidden reservoirs of strength. This process involves acknowledgement, learning to identify and name the emotions that arise within you. For instance, that sudden tension in your chest or the clenched tightness of a fist might be the body's way of signaling unspoken sorrow or unaddressed injustice. Understanding, delving into the origins of these feelings. Ask yourself, what past experience or ingrained belief is whispering through this anger? What unhealed wound is calling out for recognition, transformation, channeling these emotions into creative, positive action? Whether it's through art, movement, or honest conversation, the energy of your inner shadow can become fuel for personal evolution. By embracing this journey, you learn that the shadow is not your enemy. It is the silent keeper of lessons, waiting to guide you toward wholeness. A universal call to integration across cultures and epochs, the wisdom of embracing both light and shadow has been handed down in stories, rituals, and practices. Indigenous traditions honor the full spectrum of emotion through ceremonial dances and rites that allow the community to collectively transform pain into power. Ancient yogic philosophies speak of the need to balance the chakras, ensuring that the darker energies of the mind are integrated with the luminous aspects of the spirit. In modern therapeutic practices, from somatic experiencing to mindfulness-based stress reduction, the message is the same. True healing comes from the integration of the whole self, shadows and all. When you learn to acknowledge and work with your inner shadow, you do not diminish your brilliance, you enhance it. The energy of the dark is as indispensable as the light in forging a character resilient enough to grow from its struggles, a character that is capable of profound insight and creative transformation. May you, dear seeker, use the power of your inner shadow as a profound tool for transformation. Embrace its lessons with courage and humility, for in the dance between light and dark, you'll find the keys to unlock the deepest, most radiant parts of your being. Be the art of constructive ragya, dear seeker. Within every beating heart and every soul touched by fire, there resides an inner blaze that, if left unchecked, can turn into a destructive inferno. Yet, as with the fabled worm's mighty flame, this rage too can be tamed and transformed into a force of creation. In this chapter, we shall explore how to acknowledge, honor, and channel the raw power of your inner fury, turning burning anger into a transformative furnace that reforges your spirit into something resilient and fierce.